Republican Congressman Jim Jordan, who may or may not, depending on how today goes, be the next Speaker of the House of Representatives, recently received yet another letter from Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. And the letter was in response to the second letter that Jim Jordan sent to Fani Willis after she had berated him following his first letter. I talked about that at the time, where she not only had to explain how the law works to him, but also then suggested a textbook that he could purchase. She even told him where he could purchase it and how much it would cost so that he could learn the things he needed to learn before he interfered with Georgia's investigation. Well, Jim Jordan obviously was pissed off about that, like, how dare you call me a moron? So he sends her another letter. And last week, Fani Willis responded to that letter, letting Jim Jordan know that, hey, first of all, I've attached my first letter here, just in case you didn't read it all the way. You know, kind of one of those per my last email type things. But then she, of course, went on to suggest that Jim Jordan is either very stupid or very corrupt. Here is what she said in her new letter that Jim Jordan received last week. A charitable explanation of your correspondence is that you are ignorant of the United States and Georgia constitutions and codes. A more troubling explanation is that you are abusing your authority as chairman of the Committee on the Judiciary in attempt to obstruct and interfere with a Georgia criminal prosecution. We have already written a letter, which I have attached again for your reference, explaining why the legal positions you advance are meritless. Nothing you've said in your latest letter changes that fact. So Willis is basically telling Jim Jordan, like, look, at best, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you're just a total moron, right? That's what I'm hoping is happening here, Fani Willis says. She's like, I hope you're just stupid. Because if you're not stupid, then that means, and that's how she points out the other part, then you're abusing your authority and interfering and obstructing a Georgia prosecution. Now, I don't think it's coincidental that she used those words, right? I mean, attempt to obstruct and interfere with a Georgia criminal prosecution. And that's another thing that maybe she ought to send him a textbook on, because interfering with and or obstructing a criminal investigation is also a crime. Those exact words are actually in the criminal code. So I have no doubt that that is why Fani Willis decided to include those specific terms, obstructing and interfering with a criminal prosecution. I think this is more than just Willis getting in a few good zingers at Jim Jordan, and I think this is the shot across the bow, right? This is the warning. Like, hey, listen, if you're stupid, you're stupid. I'll help you along the way if you're stupid. But if you're not, if you're only pretending to be a moron, then we got some very serious legal consequences that might be headed your way. I don't care if you're the chair of the House Judiciary Committee. I don't care if you become Speaker of the House. If you're interfering and obstructing a criminal investigation in the state of Georgia, where one, you have no jurisdiction, where two, you are not an elected official from this state, you have no business whatsoever sticking your fat nose into my investigation and prosecution. So Jim Jordan now has a choice. Do you just let Willis know that, hey, whoa, sorry, I didn't know things. Duh, I'm a moron. If you do, totally fine, right? No problems there. But if you persist, I don't think Fani Willis is fooling around. And she seems more than happy to possibly bring you into this investigation, or really into a whole new investigation for obstructing the current investigation. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.